Let's talk about the King of New York, dog.
Yeah, let's do it.
The King of New York.
The self-proclaimed King of New York.
Isn't he like the 15th King of New York?
I would say he is the only King of New York, and because if you ask him, he is the only King of New York.
Hey man, he was on Breakfast Club
today. Actually, like
today?
The interview with him was released today, so it might not have been today.
Oh yeah,
it was released today.
Yesterday or some shit.
Yeah.
What's it called? And it's going to be, according to the King of New York, the most watched Breakfast Club interview ever.
And he makes that statement more than once. He makes that statement at least 3 times during the interview. So.
Bigger than Birdman.
Birdman isn't from New York, dude. Don't do that.
What's up?
Birdman isn't from New York.
No, I'm talking about just Breakfast Club interviews.
Oh, okay. I'm about to say, like, oh no, you just lost everybody. That was...
Alright, bigger than the Birdman interview. Bigger than Fredro Starr. Bigger than who else?
He going as a rapper. He's bigger than Rakim. He's bigger than Nas. He's bigger than MC Shan. He's bigger than KRS-One.
Bigger than Nas, Jay-Z.
Bigger than all of these basic New York niggas. And you know who we are talking about?
Tekashi 6ix9ine.
Yes.
Or just 6ix9ine now.
Or just Tekashi, whatever you prefer.
Yeah, dude.
So this is something that Angel wanted to talk about. I saw the interview today earlier and I was just like, maybe we could find something to talk about. But Angel came straight in and was like, I want to talk about Tekashi.
Yeah, because in the interview that I just watched 35 minutes ago, he was talking about being a blood, being a Crip, this and that, whatever, right? And he goes, well, I could wear blue and all of a sudden I'm a Crip. I can wear red. I'm a blood. I wear green, I'm this and that. I wear yellow, I'm a Latin king. Now, I don't know how New York is actually run, but, like, I had a problem with that because, you and me, we grew up in this culture, Chicago culture. Mm-hmm. That shit wouldn't really happen, right?
Yeah, let's see, I don't want to put out no names, but a guy that I know, I consider my family, what's it called? When we were shorties, when, he's like 4 years older than me. I remember he switched gangs like 7 times. Like I remember, yeah. I don't think he was actually joining these gangs. I think him and his homies were just like him and his homie was just like, oh, we this gang now. So I remember at one point he was a GD. At another point he was a Stone. At another point he was a Blood. Like he just I don't know how it worked.
What the outfit called for that day.
I guess so. So it's just like I know there's people like that all over the place, but I think. When Tekashi was talking about that, because, they were basically asking him, what about these Crip rumors, like, that you used to be a Crip and you just claim you're a Blood now?
Because he had pictures wearing blue with blue bandanas and all that shit. And now he says Blood every sentence. And yeah, which is, I think, is hilarious. Yeah. But a good point that he makes is he says that he was never actually a part of the Crips. Like, the Crips were his homies. Like, he used to just hang with Crips. Which, in a lot of gang cultures, if you hang with them, you with them, you know what I mean? You know how many rap like R.I.P. Young Pappy? A lot of bars in his songs, he'll say what's it called? If you're around there, you get what's it called? Basically saying if you with them, you with them, and you just shouldn't have been over there. If something bad ended up happening to you when you with them, and that's something interesting that I feel is, but I don't know. Tekashi's just something else when it comes to the whole gang thing. He's just a mess, and it would not probably take place like that in Chicago if that's what was happening. I'm not really a part of it like that. I don't think that should happen in Chicago. People in LA, I think, are talking about like, yeah, that shit really wouldn't fly either.
I personally think there's 2 places. Feel free to correct me if I'm wrong here. There's 2 places in America.
We have the right to not know everything.
That's what I said. Forgive me if I get this wrong. I'm gonna stand by this though. I think New York and Atlanta are the only places where you will see Bloods and Crips who are homies on a wide scale. You know what I mean? Because prime example. Set Trippin' by Casanova, great song, probably my favorite song by Casanova 2 times. I think he dropped it 2 times, but he said some niggas mad. He said the homies mad cause some Crips is my niggas. Like, and even in the video he has Bloods and like he has dudes in blue and dudes in red, and everybody's cool. Niggas ain't stabbing each other in the background or anything crazy like that. Like
they cut that part out.
Like everybody's cool.
Yeah.
So and I know if you talk to is in some older interviews 21 Savage said he says that 21 Savage was a Blood, or maybe still is. If you ask him, maybe still is a Blood. But He said that in a lot of places it was a set-based thing, which is kind of how gangs are in general.
Yeah, just like the neighborhood.
Yeah, but it's just like, blood in Atlanta, there are blood neighborhoods, and then there are Crip neighborhoods, and y'all might be cool. It's not even about the gang shit. It's just about, like, who you know.
Yeah.
And
who you're out here making money with.
Yeah, so that's the statement that I feel like needed to be made. Like, those are two places where I feel like the blood and Crip culture isn't as, like, good versus evil as, No,
I know.
Yeah.
I saw it more, like, now maybe this is just me being silly, but as crime being a little more organized. Like, let's say in the mafia, if, I got my family, you got your family, and somebody from my family is trying to go to your family, and you're like, and you tell me, like, yo, this guy's, wants to play double agent, I'd be like, nah, like, that's not cool. And I would tell you if that shit was trying to happen to you.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like just based off common sense, like, that shit really wouldn't work. But we can all make money together and be cool. Yeah. If that makes sense.
I think that's the main thing. Like, red or blue don't matter. Like, green is what matters.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I think that's a mindset a lot of in these places that those people have taken. But
I guess it's like real families. Like I could take you in, I could house you, you could live with me, I could hire you for my business, but we would never, like, be blood relatives.
Yeah. I can see that.
And maybe I'm just, thinking about it a little too much in terms of gang shit.
Okay, fair enough.
But that's just my opinion. I think it's silliness. I think he's silly. His music is okay, I guess.
I mean,
not really for me.
He has a fan base.
He does.
I mean, he has a solid fan base. So he makes a good point during the interview. Every song that he's released since Gummo. And wait, before I address that point even a little deeper, can we say that it seems like Tekashi 6ix9ine legit kind of came out of nowhere?
Oh yeah, he did. He had, the viral hit, and then he's just consistent.
Like it seems like it wasn't like I never had heard of Tekashi. I try to keep an ear in the underground, just to see what's dope and who's up and coming. I never heard of him, and then I remember Gummo came out. I remember I saw it a week after it came out, and already had like 25 million views, like the video on you. Not now, but I'm talking about in November. Mm-hmm. The Gummo video had like 25 million views or some crazy stuff like that. So it literally seemed like he came out of nowhere because, like I said, had never heard nothing about him or nothing. And then, but a point that he made that was good during his interview, he said, every song that I've released since Gummo is on the charts. So like that was his justification for his arrogance and a mix of his, like, in addition to that being who he is, in addition to why he considers himself the king of New York. A lot of things that he constantly repeats is, who's better than me in New York right now? And they say, oh, Cardi B, because Cardi B's doing good things. And they're just like, besides
Bodak Yellow,
he has to come to a compromise during the interview. He's just like, okay, other than Cardi B, who could you say is better than me?
Besides somebody, who else?
Yeah, exactly. Which I guess doesn't really work.
Yeah, I mean, he does have a point, but can you really say? I mean, Jay-Z could drop a platinum album with no fucking, what's it called? No press, right? Can't you say that's something?
Yeah.
Like, nobody's higher than Jay-Z, in my opinion, in terms of New York.
Oh, definitely not. I mean, nobody alive.
That too.
Yeah,
maybe Biggie.
But, then without going into too far into it, we could always say, we never know, Biggie could have fallen off if he would have still been alive. So you never know.
I think Biggie would have had, like, a 15-year career, dog.
You think so?
I think so. I truly believe so. Because he was nice with the words.
Yeah, I think he would. I would think he would have major longevity if he wouldn't have passed. You know what I mean? Like, him and Tupac alike, because, Tupac was always talking about relevant issues at the time. He was a lot more conscious, and than Biggie was. So, and Biggie just made good music overall. Yeah, so did. Those two opposing things would have made them. I feel like allows us to justify them potentially being, if they didn't die, still popular, still on the caliber of Jay-Z's now. All
right, but we got to talk about the current king of New York, though.
Yeah, exactly. Let's not go too far into that.
What do you think about that L.A. and Houston and all that shit?
I'm so confused on the details of that because I've seen interviews with Aquilio or Aquilio, however you say it, the group that he got into it with in Houston.
That was when Jay Prince Jr. his birthday, right?
No, that wasn't in Houston. That was an L.A. thing. The Aquilio thing is when you see like Tekashi and his guys like jumping some guys.
Or that was Minnesota, dog.
No, you sure?
Where it was outside and gun went off and all that?
No, a gun never went off. This was just outside of an airport. They were just like, it was like a big group of them fighting.
Oh yeah, I think that was L.A.
That was LA. But Aquileo is from Texas.
Yeah. Okay.
So, yeah, I don't know what to say about that. But I mean, props to Tekashi for standing by his gangster, quote unquote.
He's keeping his gangster, and I can respect that.
You have to respect. You know what I mean? It's like you want some shit. Let's have some shit.
All right.
And then it's just like, it's not like, oh, you want some shit, I'm gonna have my homies handle it. I mean, which still probably would happen, but at least Tekashi's in it where he's like, let there be some shit. Fuck all y'all. Let there be some shit.
Yeah,
you know?
He's on some fuck everybody type shit.
Yeah, which is from a street nigga perspective, which I am taking on for this for this statement, because I'm not a street nigga. You gotta give him his props for saying, like, for him talking all the shit he's doing and still moving the way he moves
and backing it up.
You know what I mean? Like, it's like one of those things where it's like Tekashi will talk a lot of shit and then still show up at a show where he knows people probably are out to get his ass. Except for the Jay Prince thing, because I know when Jay Prince was on stage looking for his ass, he said in the interview that he basically felt like it was a setup because he had talked to the head of World Star. I think some guy, his name is Jay. I don't know his last name, but the head of World Star, whose event this was, he mentioned it during the interview, and he basically called in like, you know, all these other people were supposed to go, but Jay Prince was on the stage the whole time. Jay Prince Jr., excuse me.
Yeah. That's funny. He
was on the stage the whole time, and basically Tekashi just like in the interview, he basically said like it didn't feel right, you know, like it didn't if something didn't feel right, like, I wasn't gonna do it, you know, and I respect that. Like he kept himself safe. Like if from some gangbanger shit, if you know the ops or your enemies hang out in this area,
you're not gonna go there.
You would definitely not be in that area.
Q.
Or something like that. I don't know. I don't know the guy's name, but so I definitely respect his whole test my gangster thing and him at least standing by it. You know what I mean? Like, that's what I respect.
I think that's just a recipe for silliness and disaster.
I agree. I'm not saying it's good.
Yeah, I'm saying that's a terrible thing to tell people, because there's a lot more gangbangers than he has homies.
Yeah, of course.
Like, the world is a lot bigger than New York, bigger than Brooklyn, bigger than, you know, his crew. Mm-hmm. It's just, do you think he should check in with people and be like, yo, just so you know, I'm coming through, you know? I
don't really understand the whole idea of checking in. You know what I mean? Like, like on some street guy stuff, like, oh, since I'm a blood from New York, I'm supposed to. Does it mean that
I gotta check in with Game and YG?
Is that what that means? Like, no. I don't know what it meant. Like, when he says checking in, does that mean like, oh, if I'm a blood from New York, when I come to LA with my blood homies or my Crip homies, I gotta meet with the Crip or blood OGs from LA to like basically say it's cool for me to move around? Like, is that what that is?
No, this is my understanding. This is at least just my understanding, because I got people, you know, in Vegas, Florida, New York, Virginia, whatever, right? Mm-hmm. If I go somewhere, which I've rarely been going anywhere lately, but if I do, I call people and be like, yo, just so you know, I'm coming through, you know, can you, like, show me around, pick me up from the airport, because, like, what's a good way to put it? You know, get your people, make sure I could wear all my shit, you know, wear my jewelry, wear my watch, and not have to, you know, look over my shoulder every second and be like, just make sure I'm good out here. Okay. I mean, that's the way I do it, and I see it. But this guy's on a whole nother level, dog.
Yeah.
Like, I can't really fathom having 5,000, 10,000 people actively searching for you.
Oh, yeah. And
on the other coast where you're not from. And you maybe got, like, a few homies.
True, because he did emphasize that a lot too. That he doesn't move with big ass groups of people. Even though in his music video, there's always fucking, especially in Billy, there's like fucking
there's like 100 people though.
There's probably more than that. It's probably like 300 people who was around for that. You know what I mean? It's just like opposed to all his videos where he has all these people. He said on the Breakfast Club that he doesn't move like that. Like when he moves, it'll be him and like 2 or 3 of his homies max.
So I think he should check in. At least be like, yo, just so you know, make sure I'm good. I mean, that's what I do.
But, I mean, I don't know if you've seen it. He's already... I mean, I just saw this. It's crazy how fast the internet works. So, I'm assuming, like I said, the interview... Angel and I are assuming that the interview was yesterday, but they released it today. Like, the video of it. Because there was some tweets from... There was some shit from YG on Instagram. He basically just said some stuff like... fuck Tekashi 6ix9ine, like, what's up, blood? Like, some shit like that. And then he put another status up at, like, 12:30 this morning.
Wait, who said that?
YG.
Oh, yeah, okay.
He put up a tweet. He's like, I want all the smoke. So clearly, the comments that he made about YG, he basically just said that YG isn't relevant.
Which is silly.
Because he references like Tooted and Booted, which was like one of YG's really big songs.
Yeah, but he had... Which
was like 3 years ago or something like that. I'm not saying he's not relevant, but I'm just saying like this is...
Yeah, but I don't know. He had multiple songs, so Tekashi's just reaching right now for that. At least for that.
And he didn't like that. So, and then what else is it? There's The Game, who I saw a video of him, like a clip on stage where it's like he has the whole fucking fan base saying fuck Tekashi. Oh, he said fuck 6ix9ine, like and all the fans were saying That's funny. He's not the only one that did that though. Who else did that? There's a lot of people who are coming at Tekashi 6ix9ine, like people on smaller scales too. There's a guy I follow on Instagram. His name is Black Jesus. He has if you really fuck with Trippie Redd, he has a song with Trippie. He has a couple songs with Trippie Redd, and in one of his shows in Chicago, they start saying like fuck 6ix9ine, fuck 6ix9ine, like so.
Hey bro, Tekashi's gonna be here in May if you want to go.
I'm good, yo. I'm okay.
You don't want to be about that.
I like one verse from one of his songs, and that's not even the whole verse. It's from Billy, where it says 6ix9ine this, 6ix9ine that. Like that's like the only like line I like from him.
Yo, my guy's trying to go. The guy that was here.
Yeah. Oh, Roberto?
Yeah, he wants to go. He's hyped up about it, trying to get me to go.
Hey, shout out to all the 6ix9ine fans. No disrespect to him, but I'm not disrespect to his music.
Yeah, I appreciate the fact that he's making his own sound.
Not really. He kind of sounds like
like Onyx, yeah.
Yeah, like Onyx or DMX.
Yeah, that too.
Because he's just another nigga yelling on the mic. But DMX did it well though. DMX, I don't have no problem calling DMX a lyricist.
Oh, me neither. Mm-hmm. I think he had some bars.
Right, definitely. I definitely wouldn't call 6ix9ine a lyricist, but he did say DMX was one of his one of his
inspirations.
Yeah, inspirations. He probably didn't exactly use that word because I can never imagine him saying he's inspired by someone. No. You know, I mean, and that's just how he comes off. He just comes off as a nigga that if you ask him who's
the greatest, me.
Yeah, or exactly. Or who was your childhood hero, nigga? Me. Adult me was my childhood hero.
Future me.
Exactly.
That's funny. But at least making it. Megan screaming on the mic relevant and popping for the young kids.
Yeah, exactly. So I think we could wrap that up for the Tekashi thing. So shout out to Tekashi. Hopefully, I know they pray for him on the Breakfast Club. So hopefully nobody just.
You want to do a prayer?
Let's just say I don't wish no bad on Tekashi. Hopefully nobody decides to really test him and not just try to fight. So his homies like a nigga run up to him with a gun and shoot him. Hopefully that nothing like that happens. And knock on wood. I don't even know if that's wood, but knock on wood and what's the close enough. But as a whole, where do you want to go from here?